It's Friday the 17th. It's our podcast. We are Highfields. Now, I just want to start by saying one. And also DBI, because this week I'm 676767 and I'm like crashing out because of rage bait. Now, if you don't understand what I just said, well, I'm not surprised if you're an adult. It's just that I am studying TeamSpeak with Libby at lunchtimes, and I'm doing evening classes with my daughter Harriet. So I'm working towards level 3. Allow it, man. We're going to go and visit now some things which have happened over the last few days. This is Lisa Walton. I'll tell you all about Lisa later. Lisa is the acting chief executive of the whole EMET Trust family thing. And today she was in to do my appraisal. I was very nervous at first because appraisal is all about making sure that I'm doing my job as head teacher. Whew. Got through the meeting and it all went okay. And I'm doing an all right job for children, and that's what I want. Just been in art. It's Charlie's book. Charlie has not always found school easy. Now just seeing his photography book, he's flying. Charlie, well done, boy. Football, Year 11 versus Ilkeston, 4-1 up.
That's aluminium, so really quite a light, pale grey metal.
That's Mr Ruston, brilliant physics teacher. Questionable taste in shirts. Those students we just saw were Year 9 art students. Those behind me then, they were doing English and maths. Assessments. It's assessment week. We're trying to find out how much students have learnt in the last few weeks and also get them used to exam conditions so it's not a shock when they get into the years 10 and 11 where they're doing mocks and then GCSEs. So it's assessment week. I'm on bus duty. This is Lily.
Hi.
What's this, Lily?
My block bot.
Lily in year 7, blockbot in DT. Brilliant. This is the section of the podcast where we meet the best of the best. And this week we're meeting Mr. Brooks. There's a special reason why we're meeting Mr. Brooks at this time. Mr. Brooks, when did you start at Highfields and how long have you been working here?
So I started in the year 2000, which, if you do the maths there, that's 25 years ago.
25 years of service to Highfields School. So it's a celebration of a wonderful teacher, but it's also meeting somebody who has a reputation amongst students and staff for being best of the best. And we're just going to delve into that now. First of all, Mr. Brooks, what is your story? How did you end up at Highfields?
Well, went to school near Walsall in the West Midlands, and I started my A-levels and I did maths and physics and chemistry and just immediately fell in love with maths. And that passion kind of continued to the point where I thought I need to do this at university. So I went to Loughborough University and studied maths with engineering there and continued to, have a lot of passion for it. And finished the degree and decided that I'd get some teaching qualification under the belt just to kind of dip my feet in, see what it was like. And again, immediately just fell in love with it. Being in the classroom, explaining maths, it just felt natural. I felt I was good at it. So I started teaching. I got a job in Staffordshire and I worked there for 3 years. And during those 3 years, I fell in love. I met my wife. I moved to London where she lived and worked there for 3 years. We got married and we had children and decided that London wasn't the place that we wanted to move away. And my wife's from Matlock, came to Highfields in the 80s.
All right.
Yeah, and she said, let's move back up there. Let's have a family up here. So we did exactly that. And in that first year, I managed to land a job here at Highfields with the help of Mary Walker, who was worked down in reception here as secretary. and she very much helped me get the job, which was great.
Wonderful. So let me take you back to school. Mr. Brooks, as a year 7, what fascinated you about mathematics at that time?
I think it especially grew when I did my A-levels, when I was able to connect maths to the world around me. From studying the pattern of leaves and how they form on a plant, and how they seem to magically form a sequence known as the Fibonacci sequence. How I was able to explain a car rolling down a hill using gravity and all the forces involved in that. And how even more recently, how I'm able to almost trick students in the classroom by telling them that I can almost place a bet with them and say, I bet you there's 2 people here that share the same birthday. And they all go, no, that's not possible.
This is the thing you told me on bus duty.
That's exactly it. So Mr Marsh was out on bus duty and told me this, and he didn't believe me. He didn't believe that it's more likely than not that in a classroom, 2 people will share the same birthday.
It's not possible. There's 30 people in the classroom. There's 365 days in a year. How can it be? How to explain that?
So yeah, that's your intuition. Your intuition says 30 students, 365 days. But you have to imagine that you're not comparing these 30 people just to you. Everybody is comparing everybody to each other. So if you can imagine how many handshakes there would be in this classroom, it's not 30 handshakes. It's considerably more handshakes. So you're comparing many, many more than just 30. And it's all those combinations that add up to actually produce more than a 50-50 chance.
What do you think makes a great A-level maths teacher?
The big thing I have as an advantage is 30 years of experience of teaching A-level right from the start, which means that the A-level maths syllabus is just kind of at one in my brain, really, which means that every time I get asked a question, I can think about it in various ways, and I can link it into so many other aspects of maths and aspects of the real world. I'm also very calm with how I deliver it. I'm very understanding when students don't understand it themselves. So I'm kind of, I have a very calm approach to that as well. And it's a really difficult question, isn't it? But yeah, I think it's the passion that I put across as well. And I think they appreciate that clear passion that I've got within me. And I kind of pass that on as an excitement. And, when I teach a new topic that I'm excited about, it comes across as well. And I think that really engages them as well.
Okay, well, Mr. Brooks, thank you for your time in this interview. Thank you for being the best of the best amongst our A-level maths teachers. And thank you for 25 years of dedication and commitment to Highfields students, staff, and the community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Each week we do a dad joke, but they're not really dad jokes. Dad jokes aren't funny. My comedy is hilarious. Just watch this. Hey, Cameron, I heard recently there was a collision on the motorway between a cement mixer and a prison van. The police are looking for hardened criminals. What is wrong with you people? You seem to have absolutely no sense of humour. Otherwise, you'll be laughing in very significant terms. All right, time for this week's shout-outs. First shout-out goes to Mr Marshall. You know who you are. Mr Marshall's got great Latin, and he pointed out when I'm talking about an ex-female student, it's not alumnus, obviously, Dimo. It's alumna, feminine, alumna. Thank you, Mr Marshall. And this is a shout out from our boss in English, Miss Cooper. She's in charge of the English department. She says, I'd really like to shout out to the new members of the English department, Mrs Mabs, Mrs Thomas, Mrs Bertram, Mr Lascelles. They're doing such a great job. They've settled in. Oh, and there's also a plug. The English department are doing a screening of Christmas Carol theatre production on Tuesday the 21st of October in P1 from 3:30 to 5 for Year 11 students. You've got to come along. Year 11 students, that's you. Miss Flitter is an English teacher, very good English teacher, also in charge of literacy. She would like to give a massive shout out, I mean huge shout out, to senior choir this year. They've got record numbers. It's the biggest senior choir they've had in a long time. They're already sounding fabulous. It's wonderful to be able to have the experience of singing together. I was in choirs from when I was very young, and look how I turned out. And Ollie F has been in touch. Ollie says that Jazz, for all the hard work he's been putting into lessons, how good he is at revision skills, Jazz, you deserve a shout out from Ollie in year 8. Well done, everyone. Okay, that's it for this week. I hope that wasn't all brain rot. I hope it was more like Bombini, Gazzini, or Tung Tung Sahur, or Chimpazzini, Bonini. I hope your aura stays positive. I hope you keep your riz, have a bit of nonchalance. Also, have a great weekend, but most of all, don't forget, ever, we are Highfields.